Okay, so BYBIT, which is the second largest crypto exchange by volume in the world, was just hacked for $1.4 billion. So what does this mean for the crypto industry in general? And what does this mean for you specifically if you are a BYBIT customer? Let's get right into it. So I know that on topics like this, you're not particularly interested in a lot of fancy graphics. So I'm just going to get down and dirty and tell you exactly what happened and then the consequences of this event. Okay, so the word hacked is kind of a misnomer in this case, I think, because when you think of hacking, you picture someone going into the inner reaches, the bowels of the code of a company and manipulating it and stealing the assets. That's not really what happened here. Okay, this was an event that was actually avoidable. This was a human error. But I mean, bad actors were involved, but it wasn't strictly speaking a hack. So what actually specifically happened? CEO of BYBIT, a man by the name of Ben Zhao, he did a live stream where he explained, exactly what happened. And you'll see here that this is more of an interception than a hack. Now, every few weeks, the company goes into their cold wallets and moves assets from their cold wallet, and in this case, he uses a ledger, and he moves it into his warm wallet, and he moves it into BYBIT, in order to meet, withdrawal requests and that kind of thing. So let's listen to a few bits of his live stream.
We were doing a regular cold wallet transfer to our warm wallet. So we typically do this type of transfer every 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, depends on what is the balance that we have in our hot wallet.
Okay, so when they make these transfers from the cold wallet into the company's wallet, they use an intermediary company called Safe. And that process is supposed to be very secure. There are several safeguards involved in the process of moving your assets from your cold wallet to your hard wallet. And apparently, he missed one little important step in the process. I mean, in the process, they need 3 signatures in order to do the process. And the final signature is Ben Zhao's. So let's listen to his explanation.
I checked on that. I clicked on the link and checked. And then I checked on the UI the destination address to make sure that it is our warm wallet, and we have a procedure to make sure that it is what we saw. So all of that checked out, and the initial transfer that we made was around, I believe, 30,000 ETH.
So in this particular transaction, Ben Zhao was trying to transfer 30,000 Ethereum from his cold wallet back into the company. And this process, for security reasons, requires 3 signatures along the way, and his is the last one. So this is apparently what happened. He missed the last final step. So it turns out that a North Korean hacking operation is responsible for this, an outfit called Lazarus. And what they did is they created a fake website, and they went into the code, and they're able to trick that transaction from going to the proper warm wallet into their warm wallet. Okay, so there is a tiny bit of good news here, and that is that this hack was isolated to one wallet, to one Ethereum wallet. Their other cryptos were not affected. It just affected their Ethereum wallet. Okay, so if you are at BYBIT, I would just, relax a little bit, okay? So apparently this is not going to be affecting your withdrawals, other than it might take a little while for your withdrawals to happen because people are freaking out and people started, making a run on, on their accounts, pulling their money out. So they're backlogged. So I think that you're going to be okay getting your assets out if you want to. You just might need a little time to get it done. Now, as to whether your assets are safe or not, okay, Bitcoin claims that they've got over $20 billion of assets, to back up, the companies. So assuming that's true, you should be just fine. Okay, so in case you're curious, the cold wallet that he used was a ledger wallet. You see me hold this up in several of my videos. And now, you can't blame Ledger for any of this. Ledger didn't do anything wrong. The mistake was on his end. So again, let's listen to Ben's explanation.
I saw the transaction. I'm the last signer, so I clicked on sign. I use a ledger as a hardware device for the last signing.
Okay, so this is where he apparently screwed up. He didn't triple check and quadruple check the address that the funds were going. Look, if I'm going to be moving $1.4 billion of anything, I'm going to be I'm going to be double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking. I'm going to make absolutely sure before I do the. And this guy is not an idiot. This guy is not an amateur. So this is, I think, a classic human error. He could have avoided this if only he had done that one last check before he pushed that button.
One of the issues with, at least from my experience with the Ethereum related cold wallet transfer, is that it doesn't exactly shows the destination. It shows a lot of code.
Yeah. Okay, listen, part of me kind of understands that, right? When I see a bunch of code, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. And I'm pretty good at double checking it. But this guy is a pro. And this guy is dealing with $1.4 billion. Seeing a bunch of code in front of him shouldn't have been new. So maybe he's just having an off day, and these hackers just caught him at the one time when he wasn't paying particular attention. But man, I feel kind of sorry for the guy. He must feel really bad. He must feel like, oh, man, what was I thinking? I know better than this. All right, so listen, what does this mean to the crypto markets? All right, so we saw that when news of this came out, a lot of your major cryptos, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they took a dip. They took a dive, but not that badly, not in the scheme of things. It did put a pall over the current atmosphere in the crypto space, and it made a lot of people, uneasy, because this is a major company. Remember, this is the second largest crypto exchange by volume, in the world. So, a lot of people, were shaken by this. But I think this is a knee-jerk reaction. I think this is going to end up not having a really big, long-lasting effects on the market. Now, it might have a longer-lasting effect on Ethereum specifically, because 1.4 billion, these hackers now have $1.4 billion of Ethereum in their hands. And so what happens if they were to dump that on the market? That could drive Ethereum down pretty dramatically, short term. And frankly, it will, by sympathy, also drag down Bitcoin and a lot of your altcoins. They'll just go down in sympathy because people don't really realize what's going on. They'll see that big candle down. Now, if you're the hacker, though, you kind of don't want Bitcoin to dump, right? You want to preserve as much of your money as possible. So my guess is, well, my speculation is that they will ease this out slowly so that it doesn't drive Ethereum down dramatically in one shot. I mean, it could happen. I mean, it's certainly not good, the idea that, $1.4 billion of Ethereum is in the hands of a bad actor. But if you're a hodler, if you're an investor, if that were to happen, I'd view that as a buying opportunity, take advantage of that, because that eventually will be built into the markets, and things are going to be just fine. But you want to be aware of it, because this could have a dampening effect on the performance of the crypto space. And, depending on what happens, if the hackers decide to dump Ethereum, all at once, or not. But let me just end by saying this. This drives home the importance of not keeping a significant amount of money on any exchanges. Remember, crypto exchanges are for exchanging. They're not for holding. Now, having said that, listen, there are some programs out there. I mean, for example, I'm in a copy trading program where I need to have my assets inside of an exchange, because that's where the trading takes place. And I marry up my account to the trader that I'm copying. If you want to find out about that, by the way, send me an email. I've done other videos, on that topic. There's a really good program out there where you can attach your account to an experienced trader and just copy his trades, and that's a way for you to trade without having to trade yourself. So send me an email and I'll fill you in on the details of that copy trading program. So there are programs like that where if it's a copy trading program, or if you have a software package like EasyBot where they require you to have your assets in exchange in order to trade it for you. Okay, that's one thing. But if you're a hodler, do not hodl your cryptos inside of a freaking crypto exchange. That is stupid. Has anyone ever heard of FTX and a slew of other crypto exchanges have gone out of business? Any assets you have sitting in a crypto exchange is not your asset. You don't own them. If you don't own the keys, you don't own the cryptos. So don't keep your cryptos on an exchange. Put them in cold storage. If you insist on keeping some assets inside an exchange for purposes of convenience, I mean, don't keep a lot of it there. And just understand that any assets you do have in an exchange is at risk. So be smart about it. Do some soul searching. Decide what's more important to you, convenience or the safety of your assets. Okay, so that's the news of the day. Please like and subscribe. Ed Anderson, live from Minnesota, signing out.
Copy that.